Hi everyone, welcome to the launch of the Mitsubishi Xpander. As you can see, there's no one here because Mitsubishi don't only practice social distancing but timing distancing also. So they separate us according to time slots. So Con and Bing is inside. Let's go in. I'm just gonna keep my mask on for the whole time. There they are. There we go. This is the new Xpander, the Mitsubishi Xpander. Now, not every car is meant for every segment. Alright, what this car is a compact 7-seater family car. There are a lot of Malaysians in Malaysia that needs cars like that because they only needed one car, but it has to fit all their purpose. Ferry their family, do everything, ferry the kids, balik kampung, maybe do business, maybe carry things. It does everything. It has to be a car that does everything at the lowest possible cost proposition. Alright, so the one very popular car that we all know is the Alza, right? So I almost cannot see this is the effect of the infinity wall. So this is how the rear of the Mitsubishi Xpander looks like. I have to say, for a segment, when you compare the BRV, the Avanza, maybe the Rush, this has the most modern, upmarket looking design. Actually, it's a very handsome design, especially this thing. Right? This, oh, it's all chrome. Wow, all the way down here. It's good looking. It is a handsome modern design. Alright, look at that. This is where we used to see fog lamps and the secondary headlight unit, right? Seems to be larger than this in terms of size. That's huge. Okay. Oops. And then you have the fog lamps down below as well. And let's look at it. The rear design, you have these kind of kings. So basically, you have to know that these type of cars are actually very simple cars, right? It's just a box with a lot of seats, a lot of room, and it's meant for practical purposes, right? Nothing to do with wanting enthusiasts or weekend drive, whatever. These are cars to serve the daily purposes of a family or an extended family. Okay, so what they have done, like the BRV, they added some kind of design flair to it. Mitsubishi as well. This kink over here, this one goes up like that, glass all the way. And you know, Japanese, they won't say that, oh, we cut a special piece of glass to cross over the D pillar. But if it's a European premium brand, they will specially mention how proud they are with this glass panel to give a uniform, you know, the Europeans will do that lah, huh? Okay, with all seats up, as usual, these kind of cars, you get very little room left once the seats are all up, and most of the time the third row are for kids. Okay, but you still have some storage over here, which is rather big. You can, let me show you. Sorry, that's the size of my palm. Okay, I can hold a basketball one-handed, so my palm is big. So yeah, I think you can put a couple pair of shoes over here. This panel is plastic, so when you tap out stuff, you can put here. And what's this thing? Oh, for you to hang stuff. And then here as well. I presume this isn't too hard to do. Okay, that means the second row is at its maximum. Let me pull it back. This should adjust pretty easy. Let's come to the second row. So I can feet underneath, and there's a lot of room for my feet to move around actually. Pretty interesting. Look at the railing of the seat. It's high up here, so it frees up a lot of room over here, and only this part. And yet, look how much room I have after I push my shoe to the front. Alright, so space optimization wise, it's alright. Again, this is a simple car for this segment, so I'll judge it according to its segment. Alright, the headrest, even without pulling it up, it doesn't obstruct my neck, because it's not the type that extends down and block your neck, so you must pull it up every single time. This one doesn't. You can just lie here at a very reclined angle. As you can see, this is how much angle I get sitting here. And headroom, I get more than a palm. Okay, close the doors. The windows are really large and wide, so it's very airy inside here. Even without a panoramic roof, you can see that visibility is actually very good for the rear seat passengers. And we get this, alright, this air conditioning unit that I can control my own airflow and angle, and this should be rather sufficient to blow enough air to the back. Now, and actually mounting air conditioning here or here is always better than here. This one doesn't do a lot of things. Oh, I just noticed this. Interesting. Finally, some car maker do things that make sense. This one for your phone, this one for your iPad. Actually, this one for your laptop. This is really good. It's about time car makers spend a little bit of effort, but they really need to make sure the stitchings here are strong enough. You see, these parts are all stitched, but they added extra stitching over here just to make sure it's strong enough, because this would be the point where most of the time you'll be pulling against. On the door panel, these are not soft touch, but it's not the cheap quality rough plastic. These are the type where I mentioned they are acceptable. Alright, and here you have some carbon fiber look-alike, which again serves the exact same purpose as real carbon fiber, which means it's for garnishing purposes only. And this setting chrome material, pretty well plated, I have to say. This fake stitching line, unnecessary, but it adds some visual segregation. Instead of one whole swath of plastic, right, has some shadow to it. This is also not leather, even though it's molded to look like it. Gloss black over here. Door bins are alright, not super big, but you can put a big bottle over here, small ones. And this is covered up. I always say that if there's a speaker here, it's alright to be covered up, but if it's not, why don't they just open it up, you know? But sometimes it's done for strength, because this is one huge door panel, and if you were to mold the entire thing in one piece, you have to make sure they don't flex. Alright, so the shapes actually help that. Alright, door handle over here. Interestingly, they make cross-stitching patterns. So Bentley, you can no longer say this is a unique selling point of yours, because everybody seems to be doing this now. Cross-stitch patterns. Alright, these are definitely some man-made leather. It's not real leather, but we're used to this, right? Even in Mercedes-Benzes, they have man-made leather as well. Before I go to the front, I will just move the seat backs a little bit, a more reasonable sitting position. Roughly what you will do if your entire family is joining the road trip. Basically, you move it until it's seatable for the middle row. That means balancing between second row and third row. So this is how it is. Obviously I'm sitting a lot straighter now because I'm liberating some room for the rear passengers. Alright, let's try now and do this. Look at that, it tumbles all the way forward, down and tumbles, so it's super easy to go in. And then once I'm in, like all of these kind of cars, I have to clear my leg for that. That's where the seats will mount. It always looks scary when you're doing it. And then I kind of wish if there's a strap here, it would be a lot easier. But it's not too hard either. There we go. Is that an armrest? That's a cute. Oh! Wow. Okay, you seldom see this in cars like that. Okay, this is quite interesting. You can fold down this part as an armrest. Now I'm seated back here. These are child seats, obviously. I need to move this up. These cars are new, so you need quite a bit of strength to pull them up. Okay. I still have headroom. Got one finger left, and visibility is very good. I'll show you. From my eye level, this is my visibility. Okay. Put this up as well. And then I get some compartments for my phone, for my bottle, this one as well, for my wallet. These are some useful, clever utilization of your molding parts to create space. I mean, this is one piece anyway, this is one piece anyway. If you mold it in a way where it's usable for the owners, that's to the benefit of all. Alright, and the aircon isn't too far from me. In fact, from the third row, I can adjust the second row. Pretty alright. Oh! 12-volt socket over here. Just over here, because they see this as the primary third row seating, because this is easier to tumble because it's two-piece. This is like 40, 20, 40, and this part tumbles to create a much larger room. Very easy, and going in and out is one of the easiest. When this type of seats fold and tumble forward, it makes it way easier than a lot of other types. Alright, that merely push front and all. So again, actually I really don't appreciate this mechanism to press this because it's not the easiest. Anyway, pull this down. There we go. There we go. Can I still fold this down? Does it clear it? It does. So what you are seeing here this is the only other one in this segment that provides full flat folding, sort of flat, that one's slightly slanted up, but it hides this too. So what you are used to in your Perodua Alza, you can emulate here, because I see this as the upgrade car from Alza. From an Alza, if you go to the BRV, yes, it's seat 7 as well, but it can't be configured like that to this extent, right? This is proper. I mean, if you open a stall if you're doing like a weekend, what do you call it, flea market sales or whatever, pasar malam and all that, you can use this for your business as well, right? And you put a tilam there, you can sleep already. If you put a mattress there, alright. No power folding, of course. of the rear hatch, keyless entry. Let's come to the driver's side. Here's the driver's side. I'm seating like a Land Rover. Usually, smaller cars you sit lower, right? But this one, the sitting position is a lot higher so that you get a very commanding viewing position. Alright, and visibility is very good because they mounted this on the door instead of the A-pillar. And it's very big. Look at that. There's a huge side mirror. And then inside here, again, nothing special. These are plastics with stitching lines. This thick carbon fiber looks really real, to be honest. Feels great. You can even feel the grain. And all these are hard plastics, but not the type where it's rough and leaves scratches. Not those. You go into the X Trail, you use your fingernails and scratch it, you leave marks. These are not that type. These are slightly better in quality. Of course, no metal door handle in this price point, this segment. Okay, auto up down windows, large door bins segregated so that things won't fall around. And then this is the interior. Okay, fake stitching again. These are of course hard plastics, but again it's the same type. All right, not the scratchy type. The whole dashboard as well, even though it looks like soft plastics and all that. This is a nice touch for you to put stuffs. You can store things over here. Alright, let me give you an example. Throwing my phone everywhere. Alright, so your wallets, tissue, packs and all that. And then this. It's not covered in there. You can buy something and layer it over. And that's not a hidden compartment. That's for the hinge. Yep. Or the fuse. Okay. So inside here, cup holders, nothing special. Rubberized inside. This is interesting. It's not some armrest or whatsoever, but it's a folding compartment. And you can remove this. And then it unveils a deep console. You can store things. So this is how the key looks like. Okay, so everybody seems to have upgraded how their keys present themselves these days. This is curious. Such a small compartment, why do you need to have another hidden compartment in this small compartment? Yes, it's nice to be able to fold it away, but I would prefer it if they sort of liberate this space a lot more, because this is the space that everybody likes using, to be honest. Oh, interesting. Oh, nice. Very thoughtful. Slot your phone here, and the USB ports are here. 2 USB ports, one for data, one for power. 12-volt socket is here. And oh, wow. Okay, that's more than it shows. You thought it's a very shallow, very small compartment, but it turns out it's pretty deep as well. So you can put your wallet, you can put your phones, and I presume here you can drop your shillings here, then you can cover it. Alright, not too bad. Pretty practical. The doors, this is not pass-through, so you can put your stuff. Also another compartment that Malaysians love using. Okay, now this one doesn't come with electric parking brake, which means there's a giant handbrake lever. Why is it so huge? Some are smaller, shorter, right? It's the lever effect, right? The longer it is, the less energy you need to pull it. Okay, here No lights over here, but at least you get a mirror. Do we get it on the driver's side? No. Why? Maybe because ladies can use this. Is that a dash cam? Yes, it comes with a dash cam. And steering wheel, you get to control the phones, modes in between there, cruise control. See, these days segments like that, cruise control is like, yeah, comes with it. Aircon, not a climate control. You can adjust it the way Malaysians do, because Malaysians, when we use climate control, we also use it like this, you know, we manually adjust the air volume and all that. Stocks are proper. These stocks are higher quality than my Aston. Let's start the car. Oh, it's been here for a while. What's that sound? Okay, that's when you started it. So nothing fancy LCD here, but these are proper, highly legible analog clusters, right? So easy to read. The color display in the middle. You can change the mode to display different things, I presume. Is this how it works? No. How do I... oh, info. There's the info button. Haha. So, range, setting menu, trip, A, B, fuel consumption, average. Oh, what's that sound? And voila, voila, 360 cam top view. This is my right side, my rear. Oh no, not right side, left side. This is the rear view. This is the right view, which is the black car. That's 360. Press it again, the left view, which is this side, right? For this segment, 360 cam, not bad. This is something you use every day. Alright. Traction control button is over here. Adjusting the headlight angle up and down is over here. And then adjusting the side mirrors using here. Then let's explore, what do I get from this? Do I get out from here, or after a while you will get out? And touchscreen. This is a rather large screen. Okay, now how do we deal with this? EQ band. Okay, I'm up here. USB to connect my stuff. Bluetooth phone, Bluetooth music, and auxiliary, and nothing much. So I have to check whether it's Android Auto and all that, but I don't think so. So it's a touchscreen infotainment system, but there's no info, it's just tainment. So it's just music, auxiliary, radio, wallpapers. What is that for? We don't have use for that. Alright. And voice. Is a speaker? This is the default screen, right? Settings. Okay, set the year, time, date, and all that. Okay. Driver position. Okay. Oh, that means the same unit is also on left-hand drive cars. Drive forbidden watch video off. Yes. Thank you for leaving this option in there. So you can switch off that if you want to. Switch on the aircon, general circulation. Let me try the second row aircon. Oh, no wonder I can hear con, because I didn't shut this door tight just now. Okay. Okay, that's proper powerful. Alright. Yes, it's cold. Okay. Yep. And it's not too crazy loud, so it's alright.
This rear section
Okay, so 1.5 litre, 100 over horsepower, nothing to shout about in terms of power, right? But it is the modern family car. Can I say that? For average families where you only have one car to be your family car, the Honda BRV, this one, the Rush. Now the Rush or the Arus, those are on a leather frame chassis, so the whole car is very high up, and the ride wouldn't be as comfortable as a monocoque, right? So like the BRV and this one. But of course there are ways for them to engineer that away, but nevertheless this is how it is. Okay, so there are a lot of families in Malaysia whereby they like the Alza because the Alza is like a one car does everything kind of car. Yes, the space is not super spacious in an Alza, but they get to ferry the family, they get to go pasar malam, do their business, they get to do other things which they can't with their other cars. Alright. Oh, I just noticed there's a little pocket here as well. Too small to put anything, I reckon. Alright, so yep, this is the Mitsubishi Xpander. No price yet, but I presume from the spec, from local assembly, from the size of the engine, everything, right? I think Mitsubishi is trying to aim this car at below 100k. So if it is below 100k, it will be attractive to a lot of families who basically need one car to do a lot of things. Right? So 4 colors: black, red, white, grey. Will I buy? No, not for me. But I know there's a lot of Malaysians who need cars like that, and to be honest, it looks handsome. Okay? Cheers. I missed out 2 things just now. Sorry for that. This thing here, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto ready. That is very good. That means your Waze, your whatever can be played here, so they don't need to prepare this thing to have GPS module, to have this, to have that. This thing just needs to work with your phone and then you're done. Okay, that's something I missed out. And they also reminded me that this one has a better ground clearance, 20.5 cm ground clearance, which I think is slightly higher than the BRV. Okay, and overall I think this car is larger. It is a bigger car inside. It's definitely bigger than the Alza. It's definitely bigger than the BRV inside. It's also bigger than the Rush or Arus from inside. It's a similar segment car, but actually it's spacious. Okay. In terms of whether you ask me whether this is a MPV profile or SUV profile, I can't answer. But the other day I published a video showing the China car Hi-Fi X. I think this looks similar in profile. Alright, so yep, there we go. This is the Xpander. I am signing off. Cheers. Thank you.